The next topic in our linear IC applications, unit number 2 is voltage series feedback amplifier, which is also called as non-inverting amplifier. Okay, sometimes in examinations they may ask you about write about the non-inverting amplifier or the practical non-inverting amplifier. So in this topic we are going to derive about the closed loop gain of the non-inverting amplifier and its input resistance with feedback and output resistance with feedback, like that. Okay, let us see the voltage series feedback amplifier or practical non-inverting amplifier diagram. Okay, so this is a circuit for practical non-inverting amplifier. So where AD or A is the gain, open loop gain of the operational amplifier, and V1 is the input voltage, which is non-inverting input voltage, and V2 is the inverting input voltage. Okay, so here the minus sign indicates inverting input and plus sign indicates non-inverting input. So this non-inverting input terminal has been given to the VIN AC input signal. Okay, so that's why it is called as non-inverting amplifier, because the input voltage is given to the non-inverting terminal of our op amp. That's why it is called as non-inverting amplifier. Okay, so V0 is the output voltage and RL is the load resistance. Okay, from the output side to the input side, we are using the feedback resistor RF along with R1. Okay, so here RF and R1 are in parallel combination, and equivalent black diagram for the voltage series feedback amplifier section is here, where A is nothing but our operational amplifier black, and B or beta. Okay, B is nothing but beta, which is feedback section, which is having the resistances RF and R1. This RF and R1 which forms the beta network or feedback network. Okay, so this is a mixer, and V0 is the output voltage, and the open loop gain of this op amp section is V0 divided by the VD. Okay, if whenever V0 divided by VD, output voltage divided by the input voltage of our op amp VD is which gives us the open loop operational amplifier gain. When we have to get the closed loop operational amplifier gain, the output voltage is V0 only, but the input voltage is VIN just before the feedback signal. Okay, so here the output voltage V0 is sampled by the feedback section, and this feedback section will produce us the feedback signal VF, and at this mixer, this input signal VIN and VF, the both get mixes, and which produces the difference voltage VD. Okay, so for the closed loop operational amplifier gain, the input voltage is VIN. For the open loop op amp gain, VD is the input voltage. Okay, if they ask us the open loop op amp gain, V0 divided by VD, the closed loop op amp gain is V0 divided by VIN. So which is having the both signals, input signal as well as the feedback signal. If these both signals got mixed, then we get the input voltage of our operational amplifier. The input signal is given to the non-inverting terminal in voltage series feedback amplifier or non-inverting amplifier. The input signal is given to the non-inverting terminal. VIN is given to the V1 terminal only. And the feedback network has been formed by RF1, R1 resistors. So these RF and R1 are forming the beta feedback network. So where AD or A, which is nothing but the large signal voltage gain or open loop voltage gain, and R1 and RF is in the feedback circuit, and open loop voltage gain A can be given as V0 divided by VD, where V0 is the output voltage and Vd is the differential input voltage for our operational amplifier. And the closed loop voltage gain A suffix F is equal to V0 divided by the Vi in. Okay, so V0 divided by output voltage divided by the input voltage, entire input voltage Vi in. And the gain of the feedback circuit beta or B is equal to Vf divided by V0, because the Vf is in feedback path. So okay, so in any feedback block diagram we have the two paths. One is the forward path, another one is the feedback path. Okay, this is the forward path. So from the Vi in, Vd and A, V0 is the forward path, and V0 beta Vf is the feedback path. The feedback section beta is given as Vf divided by V0. So any gain is nothing but the output divided by the input. So for the feedback section, Vf is the output voltage and V0 is the input voltage. So that's why Vf divided by V0 will come. Okay, let us see the negative feedback. So as we are using the negative feedback, we can see here the Vi in is given with the positive sign and Vf has been given with the negative sign. Okay, so this negative sign indicates that it is the negative feedback. The input signal Vi in and Vf both are in out of phase, which is 180 degrees phase shifted versions. Therefore the Vd, differential input voltage, Vd is equal to Vi in minus Vf, which is comprised of two input signals Vi in, Vf. The feedback voltage is always positive, opposes the input signal. So as it is the negative feedback, the feedback signal Vf is always opposes opposite sign to the input signal. And let us see the closed loop voltage gain. The closed loop voltage gain means V0 divided by the Vi in, right? So AF is the notation for closed loop voltage gain or closed loop gain. Here F represents feedback, A represents the gain, which is equal to output voltage V0 divided by the input voltage VIN. Closed loop input voltage VIN. So V0 is equal to generally A into V1 minus V2. So for this operational amplifier, the large signal voltage gain is A, or open loop voltage gain is capital A, into the input voltage for the operational amplifier, which is the difference voltage Vd. This differential voltage can be written as V1 minus V2. Okay, because the V1 is given to the non-inverting terminal and V2 is given to the inverting terminal. That's why Vd is equal to V1 minus V2. Okay, that is nothing but the Vd. Therefore, we can write the output voltage of our op amp only V0 is equal to open loop gain into the differential input voltage Vd. Okay, and this is the open loop voltage gain. These two equations represents the open loop voltage gain. Thereafter, we have to find out the closed loop voltage gain. AF is equal to V0 divided by Vi in. So, in this equation, we know the open loop operational amplifier gain is approximately equal to the infinity. Therefore, the differential voltage Vd is equal to 0. So from this equation we can write the Vd is equal to V0 divided by A, and A is nothing but infinity. Anything by infinity which results the 0. Therefore the Vd is equal to 0 only. Therefore we can say Vd is nothing but V1 minus V2. As the Vd is equal to 0, V1 minus V2 is equal to 0. V1 is equal to V2. We can write like V1 is equal to V2 because the Vd is equal to 0. V1 minus V2 is equal to 0. V1 is equal to V2. Therefore, the voltage at the both input terminals of our op amp is same. V1 is equal to V2. So, the voltage at the non-inverting terminal is Vin because the input supply voltage is given to the non-inverting terminal. That's why V1 is equal to V2, which is equal to Vi in. V1 is equal to V2, which is equal to Vi in. So wherever we have the V1 and V2, at that place we can substitute Vi in. Okay. So as the V1 is equal to Vi in, then we can also say V1 is equal to V2, which is equal to Vi in also. Therefore, what is V2? From the output side, we can write V2, the voltage at the inverting terminal, which is nothing but the Vf, which is equal to output voltage V0. Okay, so we are applying voltage divider rule here. V0 is the applied voltage into across the resistance R1. So we are going to calculate the voltage across the R1, which is nothing but the feedback voltage, and it is nothing but the V2 voltage at the inverting terminal of our operational amplifier. So by applying the voltage divider rule, V0 into across the resistance is R1 divided by the total resistance R1 plus Rf. So V2 is equal to V0 into R1 divided by R1 plus Rf. Therefore, we already know V1 is equal to V2 is equal to Vi in. So instead of V2, we can write Vi in directly. So Vi in is equal to V0 into R1 by R1 plus Rf. Therefore, the closed loop voltage gain AF is equal to V0 divided by Vi in, that is equal to R1 plus Rf by R1. How we will get it? So V0 is here in the right hand side and Vi in is in the left hand side. If you take the Vi in to the right hand side and take this entire terms Rf plus Rf divided by R1 to the left hand side, then we will get this equation. So here R1 by R1 is 1 and Rf by R1 is here 1 plus Rf by R1. Okay, here the minimum gain we can say, which is 1. In non-inverting amplifier, the minimum gain is equal to the 1. The limitation in this voltage series feedback or non-inverting amplifier is the minimum gain achieved by this is 1, and we have to choose the R1 and Rf values less than 1 mega ohm. Okay, less than 1 mega ohm we have to select. That is the two limitations of our voltage series feedback amplifier configuration. So here we have to remember the gain of our amplifier is 1 plus Rf by R1. And now we are going to derive the relationship between AF and beta. So in this equation, this R1 by R1 plus Rf can be written as beta, which is a feedback network, which is the gain of our feedback network. So R1 by R1 plus Rf is equal to beta RB. So B is equal to output voltage of the feedback network Vf divided by the input voltage for the feedback network V0, which is equal to R1 by R1 plus Rf. So we can also get it. So Vf is the voltage across the resistance R1 is equal to applied voltage V0 and the resistance R1 into divided by R1 plus Rf, voltage divider rule. Okay, so Vf is equal to V0 into R1 by R1 plus Rf. If you take the V0 to the left hand side, Vf divided by V0 we get. So Vf divided by V0, output voltage of the feedback network to the input voltage of the feedback network V0 is equal to beta, which is R1 by R1 plus Rf, and 1 by AF is equal to beta. So this B or beta can be written as 1 by AF. So why it is 1 by AF? Because it is just reciprocal of our gain AF. So in this equation, R1 by Rf by R1 is equal to AF. So the beta is nothing but R1 by R1 plus Rf, which is exact reciprocal. That's why we can write 1 by AF is equal to beta. If AF is equal to 1 by beta. So we already know AF can be written as A by 1 plus A beta. In this equation, if you neglect 1 plus A beta, here A beta is very much greater than 1. So that we can neglect the 1 from the equation. So AF is equal to 1 by beta, we get automatically. Okay, therefore we can write the closed loop voltage gain of our voltage series feedback amplifier is A by 1 plus A beta. So in anywhere the closed loop gain is AF is equal to A by 1 plus A beta. This is the relationship between the closed loop gain and the feedback factor beta. Next, we are going to calculate the input resistance with feedback. So we already know the input resistance with feedback is equal to the input resistance is the ratio of input voltage to the input current. So RIF is equal to VIN divided by IIN. So here we can see VIN is the input voltage and IIN is the input current for our operational amplifier. Therefore, IIN can be written as the differential input voltage divided by the input resistance of our operational amplifier RI, which is present here. Okay, actually in this figure we can't see RI, but the operational amplifier is having the input resistance, very large input resistance, which is called RI. Therefore we can write the RIF equation, which is equal to VIN by VID or VD. Here VID is nothing but VD only. Okay, differential input voltage divided by the input resistance of our operational amplifier RI. But we know the differential voltage VD is equal to V0 by A, or else open loop gain A is equal to V0 divided by VD. Okay, from that equation we can write VD or VID is equal to V0 divided by A. And for the closed loop operational amplifier, the output voltage can be written as V0 is equal to the closed loop gain into the input voltage. Okay, V0 divided by VIN, which is nothing but the closed loop gain. From that derivation, we can write the V0 is equal to the closed loop gain A by 1 plus A beta into VIN. These two equations are very important, and RIF equation. So here VIN by VID divided by RI we already derived. So in this equation we can replace VID is equal to V0 divided by A, and this VID by VIN by VID by RI, here this RI will go to the numerator side. Therefore RIF is equal to RI into VIN as it is, and this VID was replaced with V0 divided by A. V0 divided by A. Therefore RIF is equal to RI into input resistance without feedback, okay, into VIN by V0 divided by A. The RIF equation, in this RIF equation we are substituting the gain value. See here, instead of instead of V0 output voltage, we are applying this equation A by 1 plus A beta into VIN. We are going to substitute. So RIF is equal to A into RI into VIN divided by A into VIN by 1 plus A beta. Here VIN and VIN will get cancelled, and this A and this A will get cancelled. Therefore, we will have only RI in this term, and 1 by 1 plus A beta will becomes 1 plus A beta. Therefore, we can write RIF is equal to RI input resistance without feedback into 1 plus A beta, where A is the open loop gain of our op amp and beta is the feedback factor, and A beta is called as a closed loop or loop gain. So we can say from the above equation the Ri, the input resistance, was increased with the factor of 1 plus A beta times by using the feedback. Therefore RIF is equal to Ri into 1 plus A beta. Now we are going to derive the output resistance with feedback. So it is the resistance seen looking back into the feedback amplifier from the output terminal. So the output resistance is the resistance seen looking back into the feedback amplifier from the output terminal. The output resistance is obtained by using the Thevenin's theorem for the dependent sources and reducing the input voltage to the zero. Therefore, the output voltage is obtained using the Thevenin's theorem for the dependent sources and reducing the Vi into the zero. Therefore, we have to get the equivalent circuit for the Thevenin's equivalent of dependent sources. Okay, here if you see the changes what we have done here is Vi in has been replaced with 0. So the voltage source can be replaced with short circuit in order to make it as 0. Therefore, the Vin is equal to 0. At this time, we have replaced the dependent sources AOLVD, which is the Thevenin's equivalent voltage, and R0 is the Thevenin's equivalent resistance, output resistance here. Okay, so R0 and ROF is the output resistance with feedback, where R0 is the output resistance without feedback and ROF is the output resistance with feedback, and V0 is the output voltage and I0 is the output current. At this node C, this output current I0 is divided into two parts. One is IA, another one is the IB. Therefore, IA current is going into the operational amplifier and IB current is flowing in the feedback section. And VA is equal to V1 and VB is equal to V2, and the voltage across the resistance R1 is nothing but the feedback voltage VF, and RIN or RI is the input resistance of our operational amplifier without feedback. So if you apply the KCL at node C, the incoming currents for this node is only I0 and the outgoing currents at this node is IA and IB. Therefore, IA plus IB is equal to I0. Incoming currents is equal to outgoing currents. But we know that the input resistance RIN in parallel with the R1 plus RF is very much greater than R0. The RIN is in parallel with the RF plus R1 resistances, and this parallel combination is very much greater than R0 because the output resistance of our operational amplifier is very less. Okay, so that's why the Ri in parallel with the R1 plus Rf is very much greater than R0. Because of that, Ia is approximately equal to the Ib current. Ia current is approximately equal to Ib current. And when we apply the KVL for the output side loop, so here is the output side loop from the AOLVD R0 and the V0, then we can get output voltage V0 is equal to I0 R0. I0 R0. So as we are assuming the entire current is flowing in, so entire current I0 is approximately equal to Ia only. IB is very less current is flowing here. Okay, that's why V0 minus I0 R0. Instead of Ia, we are directly writing I0 into R0 minus AOLVD voltage is equal to 0. So V0 minus I0 R0 minus AOL into VD is equal to 0. So from this equation, we can write the I0 is equal to V0 is here. If you take this I0 R0 term to the right hand side, it will becomes plus I0 R0, and at the left hand side we have V0 minus AOLVD, V0 minus AOLVD. If you take the R0 to the left hand side again, therefore it will divide the equation. Therefore I0 output current is equal to V0 minus AOLVD by R0 we will get. Okay, so we got the equation for the output current, and now we have to calculate the differential voltage here. Okay, in this equation we have to calculate the differential voltage. For that we are going to see the drop across the resistance Rf is Vf. The drop across the resistance Rf is nothing but the Vf. Therefore Vd is equal to, we already know the differential input voltage Vd is equal to V1 minus V2, and which is nothing but Va minus Vb. both are same because V1 is equal to VA and V2 is equal to VB. Therefore, we can write VD is equal to VA minus VB and VD is equal to 0 minus VF. Why we have taken VA as 0? Because the input voltage, in order to get the output resistance, we have made the input voltage VA into the 0. So that's why the terminal A is directly given to the ground. So that's why this VA is equal to 0. We are substituting the 0 here. Therefore, the differential input voltage VD is equal to minus 0 minus VF, which is equal to minus VF. The differential input voltage is nothing but minus Vf here, and by using the voltage divider rule we can get the Vf is equal to, so how to calculate Vf here? By applying the voltage divider rule. Here in this loop applied voltage is V0, so V0 into the resistance R1 divided by R1 plus Rf, like that we are applying. So Vf is equal to V0 by R1 plus Rf into R1, and already we know R1 by R1 plus Rf is nothing but beta RB. Okay, so beta RB is equal to R1 by R1 plus Rf. Therefore we can write the Vf equation. The feedback voltage Vf is equal to beta times of V0, and the differential voltage Vd is equal to minus Vf actually. So instead of Vf we are going to apply beta V0. Therefore minus beta V0, Vd, the differential input voltage Vd is equal to minus beta V0. Therefore I0 equation can be written as output current I0 is equal to V0 minus AOL VD by R0 actually. So instead of VD we are going to substitute beta times of V0 here. So here minus into minus will becomes plus. Therefore V0 plus AOL beta V0. So in these terms we can common the V0. So V0 is taken outside. Therefore I0 is equal to V0 into 1 plus AOL beta or B divided by the R0. So our intention is to calculate the output resistance with feedback. The output resistance is the ratio of output voltage to the output current. Here the output voltage is V0 and output current is I0. So we have to get the ratio of V0 divided by I0. In this equation you can see V0 is in right hand side and I0 is in the left hand side. If you take this I0 to the right hand side, then we can get the output resistance. So V0 divided by I0, which is nothing but the output resistance with the feedback, which is equal to, this equation will get reciprocates. So which is equal to R0 by 1 plus AOL beta. From this equation we can say the output resistance with feedback is equal to output resistance without feedback R0 divided by 1 plus AOL beta. So the output resistance was decreased or divided by a factor of 1 plus AOL beta times. Okay, so that is the use of using the feedback. So as the output resistance is getting decreased, so which is a useful one.